Three, two, one. Alright, hello and welcome to Comics and Beyond. I am your host for today, Michael, and with me here is my brother.
Bruno.
That is right. Today we will be discussing Godzilla Half Century War, which is one of my favorite comics.
It is quite good.
But before we get into that, something real sad happened today, or rather yesterday. Monty Ohm from Rooster Teeth passed away, and that is very sad to me and my brother. Were pretty big fans of his.
Definitely. It's like, oh god. It's really hard hearing about like people like him passing away, especially because like he was like if you just saw his work, then it's sad because he made awesome work. But if you knew more about him and you saw him at like press conferences and like fan Q&As and stuff like that, it's even harder because then you know that he's the type of dude who, when somebody asks him like, how do I get into animating, he's like, just do it, like just pursue your dreams. Like, he's one of those guys, and it's just so hard when you hear people like that pass away.
Yeah, he was just so cool. Ruby's one of my favorite series, I think, just in general.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, not even just web series, but like just series in general. It's one of my favorites. And yeah, it's a shame. Hate to see him go. Too young.
Definitely, but like, yeah, it's just, he was so young too. What was he, 33?
Yeah, 33.
It's a dang shame.
That is really sad. But something that'll never die.
What, Michael?
Godzilla.
Oh, but he did die.
No, he didn't. That was the point of absent. No.
Okay.
Terrible segues aside, I already know I'm going to hell, so let's just go away from that. Half Century War. Oh man, I don't even know where to start with this one. This is just one of my favorite stories in general. I'm a huge Godzilla fan.
Yeah. Like, I'm a huge Godzilla fan too. Me and my brother and I both, we grew up just like marathoning these movies whenever we could, so we're both huge Godzilla fans.
Yeah, tell me more about your brother. He sounds like a cool guy.
He is a pretty cool guy, except his beard grows in all patchy and he's got ginger spots for some reason.
Yeah, he's just such a douche. Yeah, so big Godzilla fan. The comic Half Century War. It's so cool to read a story that's not only different, but like different, and it's something I love. Because the story that it tells, what's the main character's name? Oda, right?
I believe so.
Let me double check, because I don't want to say the wrong name for 7 more minutes.
And then his friend's Kentaro, right?
Yeah, his friend's Kentaro. His name is
Oda, yeah. Oda Murakami.
Oda. Yeah. No, I love that it follows his whole vengeance story.
Yeah.
Through like 50 years of fighting Godzilla. Like such an interesting premise, and then they executed it so well.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see this type of story told from this perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Just getting the more. I mean, Godzilla movies always have a pretty human feel to it, but never like a serious one that's like very very well like focused. Like most of the stories usually just pertain to how can we do something while also dealing with Godzilla.
Yeah.
But this one was just like so focused and just so like he never lost track of what he was going for. And then the ending when he's just facing down Godzilla, he's just like, "Look at me."
Yeah.
And Godzilla's like, "Whatever." I'm Godzilla. I don't give a fuck.
I think that's exactly what Godzilla would sound like.
Yeah, he was like, I don't.
Like, whatever.
DC.
I'm a big lizard. I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You've been hitting me with bullets for 50 years straight. Like don't worry. I'm okay. So insane. It really did a good job of just showing the pure destruction Godzilla causes.
Yeah, and Oh gosh, it does a really good job of drawing everything to scale and making you feel like really small.
Yeah, it does. The way that every shot is arranged, it just feels so.
Yeah, and
Like the buildings feel large, the people feel small. Godzilla feels massive.
yeah, and then I don't know if they did it on purpose as to be like sort of like an homage to the original movies, but like a lot of the panels that have Godzilla in them, the point of view is from the ground up. You know how like in the movies they would do from the ground up to make him look larger?
Yeah. I noticed that. You very rarely have one that's like in the air.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm looking at I'm looking through some screenshots now.
Uh-huh. I love that this like if you were to just read it like if you were to just read like the fight scenes, then you would get the feel that it's like sort of like a fan fiction-y type thing. But if you read the
Yeah,
whole thing together, it loses that sort of fan fiction aspect to it because of the underlying thread, which is the story of Oda trying to find the guy with the machine, right?
yeah. Trying to find the one who's actually like causing everything.
Yeah. I also
Well,
love
at first he thinks it's to kill Godzilla.
yeah. I also love how like they sort of do a thing where like with the underlying story, they sort of tie it into like each of the movies or like a few of the movies
Yeah.
to so that way like if you really like this story, then you could take this as canon and be like, oh, in the movie he's like down there in one of the buildings, you know?
Yeah. That's especially noticeable with Hidora, I think,
Oh yeah.
when the characters that are driving the hippie van are the ones that are dealing with him.
Uh huh.
I think that was a pretty good nod to that movie, even though it was terrible.
Definitely. I remember watching that movie for the first time and just being like completely weirded out.
It's so 70s. It's so 70s, but it's like Japanese 70s. So
Yeah.
it doesn't even make sense in the retrospective, like from our culture.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, like I understand you're Japanese and this is the 70s and it's really strange. And now the smog monster is smoking from a nuclear plant and okay. No, this is this Half Century War is kind of what like I feel like it's what Final War should have been.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. If they would have just like adapted this into a
Mhm.
movie,
Yeah, if
oh
this
my
was a
gosh.
movie, it would be
This would have
great.
been the perfect last Godzilla movie.
You hear that, Toho? I know you're making another Godzilla movie, and I know you're also listening to this, because why wouldn't you be? Half Century War, if you need an idea for the next movie. It's definitely something you should look at. I think something I also really love is that in almost all the shots with Godzilla, there's a lot of red.
Yeah,
Like there's always a lot of red.
yeah, whoever colored this book is very good at stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Especially at the end. Oh, it's so evident at the end.
Oh,
The black
definitely,
hole
yeah.
cannon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just in that scene where everyone's enveloped and it's like and that's a great way. That was a great way to bring in Mechagodzilla as well.
Yeah.
And King Ghidorah's in that last one because you know why the hell not, right?
Yeah, why not? Just like throw everybody in there.
Yeah, it's like you know we got the paint. I got the pencils.
Yeah, I also just really like the art style of this book. Like it looks like cartoony, but not cartoony to the point where you don't take it seriously at the times where you need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's hard to explain, but I get what you're getting at.
Uh-huh.
Get it? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Got it. Get it? Got it. Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is definitely. I think that's what I love a lot about Godzilla comics is that you can tell when the series is written by a fan, as
Oh yeah.
opposed to when it's like just a comic that's being turned out.
Yeah.
Because what was another good one? Gangsters and Goliaths. I don't know if you've read that one yet.
I don't know if I've read that one yet.
That one's another good one. It's much more of a human standpoint. It's actually more about Mothra than Godzilla. But it's interesting. I'm not gonna say I like it better. because I definitely like Half Century War better.
That's really cool. I think I can see what you're getting at with like what is it, with like a fan like rating it and you like being able to see like the passion behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Because
it's all Godzilla. There's nothing about it that doesn't seem like there wasn't a lot of fun in it.
yeah, because like whenever in this book, whenever a big character from like a movie is introduced, it's done in such a way where you know the person writing it was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, especially because the end battle. What is it? It's King Ghidorah and Gigan versus Godzilla and Mechagodzilla.
Yeah,
It doesn't get cooler than that.
it's just so good.
It is. I could just talk about how awesome it is for days and days and days, but unfortunately, I don't have that much hard drive space. What did you think of the monster hunting team?
I thought it was really cool. Like, the writer does a really good job of like differentiating each of them in just the way they talk.
Yeah, even the general. Was he a general or was he a lieutenant? I can't remember.
Who? The main character is a lieutenant.
Not the main character, the actual like general guy. The one where he has a line where he says nobody here thought to bring a gun, and then someone in the squad is just like I never thought to bring a gun to a Godzilla fight.
Oh.
It's just the general. The whole point of that was just to
Yeah.
get that line out there. That was it.
But yeah, hold on. Are you talking about? Oh no, I was gonna say the guy with the eye patch in that part, but I think the guy with the eye patch is Oda in that part.
No, yeah, that's Oda. That's not. Yeah, the whole point was just talk about that quote. It's like one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love when you can just see different personalities of different characters. Like
Hmm.
that's the sign of a really good writer right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And whoever wrote that is a really good writer. I should probably look up who wrote that. Here, I'm gonna look up who wrote that.
Well, seeing as it's at the beginning of the book, I'll just go to the beginning of the book. Why isn't that at the beginning of the book?
Um, I feel like this is something that should get edited out.
Yeah. Oh, I found it.
And we're back. I mean, we never left.
I never left. What are you talking about? There's no. What do you mean? We don't edit videos.
What?
It all happens in one take.
Who said jump cut?
Oh, this is interesting.
What?
The story and the art is by James Stocco.
Oh,
That's really cool.
James Stocco. I feel like that name is familiar.
With color assists by Heather Breckel and series edits by Bobby Curnow.
What's his name? James.
James Stocco, Stokoe. But yeah, this is really good. Like if he's written anything else, I'd love to read it.
I think you're gonna be surprised. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it seems like he's done a few things here and there. Nothing too. Let me see. Orc Stain, Wonton Soup, and then Godzilla Half Century War are what he's most known for. Orc Stain, you can tell is him. He's got a very discernible style. That's interesting. I like it.
Alright, hold on. I think I have like everything that he's done right here.
I wanted to check IMDb, but it's not movies.
He did Strange Tales 2 number 3, The Silver Surfer.
Oh.
He's done a few things for Marvel. Nothing like really too
Yeah.
big. He did What If Age of Ultron number 2. I think number 2 is I'm trying to remember. I think number 2 is What If the Vision didn't exist? I want to say it's that one.
Oh.
Oh no.
Vision.
No. It's not. It's no. Gosh dang it.
Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes.
It was like a specific character. Like what if they didn't exist? But I can't remember which one. But yeah, all the what ifs for Age of Ultron seem pretty cool. If we ever do Age of Ultron on this show, we need to do the what ifs with it as well.
I think the What Ifs is an entirely different channel in general.
Transformers vs. G.I. Joe number 1. Did the cover for that?
That was a thing?
Yeah.
There's a whole new world of comics that I'm not even aware of.
Oh, he did the cover for Gangsters and Goliath number 2.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Ah, that's a good series. Did I talk about that series already? I think I talked about that series a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But, yeah, you guys should definitely check out Half Century War if you have not yet. I highly recommend it.
Like, it's just, like, gosh, I really can't say enough about this. If you're a fan of Godzilla, there is no reason why you should not read this.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'll say. If you're a fan of Godzilla, you'll love it. If you're not a fan of Godzilla,
I still think you'd like it.
What are you doing here? I mean, yeah. You'll still like it.
I still think you'd like it even if you're not a fan of Godzilla, for the sole reason that if you're a fan of Godzilla, then you'll love the Godzilla parts. And if you're not a fan of Godzilla, then you'll love following Oda's story.
Yeah, Oda's story, I would say the comic is worth it just for Oda's story. If it wasn't a Godzilla comic, I still would have loved it.
Definitely. If it was just, like, a soldier, like, on a vengeance mission against, like, some monsters in the world, like, that still would have been pretty interesting.
Yeah, given just how personal it becomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something to check out. Alright, so I think we covered everything we can with Half Century War.
Mm-hmm.
And
one thing I do want to say before we close out this video. Is that do we want to say what our next one is?
Yeah, if you have that all decided, if you're ready to unveil that for the 7 people that care.
Well then, I was thinking our next one could be Civil War by Marvel. From Marvel, I should say.
By Marvel.
By Marvel. It's by everyone at Marvel.
Every single person wrote
it's a very cluttered
single
book.
Letter. There's not a whole lot of words. It's all mostly just like but it's great.
Yes. So next we'll be doing Civil War issue 1 to 7 by Mark Millar and drawn by Steve McNiven.
Yeah. And if you guys have any suggestions, post them down there. Tell us.
Indeed.
Let us know what you're thinking. How do you feel about these comics? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Did we make a statement that you can even agree with? Let us know.
Call us idiots and damn us to hell in the comment section below.
Please do that. If you're going to dislike, especially if you dislike, I expect a comment. Don't.
If you want us to go to hell, rate, comment, and subscribe.
Do not hit that dislike button if you are not going to post a comment telling me why you hate me.
Yes.
But really though, please come back. If you don't, I'm gonna have to kill a puppy.
We won't kill a puppy.
I might.
I like animals too much. You won't.
I might do it.